The following is a transcript between Matías De Stefano, referred to as me, and his higher self, referred to as I am, originally produced on January 9th, 2021, under the constellation of Capricorn in the mental week, examining through the ankle chakra. Me. Every day I go to the pyramid. The guards greet me in the same way, tell the same jokes, and check my ticket. In July, my guide here in Egypt, Ahmed, got me something unusual for a tourist, an annual pass. This means that with the same ticket, I can access the pyramids for 360 days. Everyone knows me in the pyramids area, from the sweeper to the general manager of Giza, Mr. Asraf, and yet every day they ask me for the same ticket and they check the expiration date while all of them repeat or shout, "Matías, my friend, where were you yesterday? You come every day, my friend." Translated from Egyptian, which I reply, "Hello, me at the hotel, everything okay?" Also translated from Egyptian. And after the same old song, sometimes with more intensity, others with less, welcome me. And the same is repeated in the entry of Cheops, and the same conversation with the same mechanisms. But in my day-to-day, in the monotony, I do the same. I wake up, I read something, walk, have breakfast, go to the pyramid, come back, write, paint, watch something on Netflix, do the talk and the lineup, talk to friends, go to sleep, over and over again. The strange thing is that I'm getting used to it, and it even bothers me a bit when my routine changes, as if I don't have time, even though I have all of the time available that I want. But I always have something to do, something to manifest. I begin to be like a clock, like those who receive me every day, you know? Before, I traveled so much that I didn't have a chance to understand what routine meant. It wasn't in my mind. Perhaps the last time I was on a routine was when I was 18 years old, the last months of high school in Barcelona. Since I was 18 years old, I have not lived the routine until now. And I see how people live, doing the same thing, going to the same places, seeing the same people, doing the same thing, saying the same words, and it's like a clock, a systematic pattern. I am. It is a system. Me. Yes, the systems. We usually say that when something is repetitive, it becomes systematic, like a mechanic, and in which all of the pieces behave in the same way to always obtain the same expected results. There are no surprises in a system. I am, and that is why it grants security. Me. That's why the systems seem to be based on patterns, which mean protection. I am. In survival, systems are developed in a way of ensuring perpetuity. Plants have a system, each animal species has a system, and humans create systems with the aim of transcending, of sustaining themselves over time. Me. That's why people repeat their actions daily, because it gives them stability or security. I am. A system takes away the responsibility of constantly thinking about basic needs. You know that you have a systemic way of accessing food. You know that you have transportation, security, government, and justice systems. And even for many, they feel calm with their religious systems because an individual without systems spends more time thinking than to live. Me. How so? I am. Think about what happens when people begin to realize that the system oppresses and decides to get out of the system. They spend most of their time designing ideas of something else, philosophizing, inquiring, searching within. Not all humans can do this, at least not at the same time. And there would be a famine. Everything would stop. It would be chaos. Because of this, the systems ensure continuity without the effort of having to constantly adapt. The systems provide stability and energy savings. Thanks to them, you can dedicate yourself to living instead of surviving. Me. What is a system? I am. System comes from the Greek sin, ishteth, ma, which means by which things come together in an organized way. In organic systems, chemical, subatomic, and atomic elements, the order of the particles and molecules. Organic systems is a combination of compounds that together generate life. Biological systems, nervous, bone, lymphatic, circulatory, respiratory, excretory, digestive, integumentary, immune, endocrine, reproductive, muscular. Ecological systems, forest, seas, deserts. Spiritual systems, dogma, doctrines, sects, religions. Solar systems, the sun and its planets. Social systems, civilization, economy, education, politics. And all its subsystems, such as the economic, with its protectionist, liberal, neoliberal, communist visions, as well as the political, right, left, center. As you will see, systems emerge as methods of order. Me. And if order in Greek is cosmos, then the universe also has its systems. I am, exactly, like the system of the 7 laws, or the systems of trinities, or geometric systems. Universal systems are those that make the universe a cosmos, a being that lives in order and harmony. He understands the systems of the huge mandala. Me, like the rose window in my photo. I am. Yes, where a story is narrated in its parts through color and shape. A mandala is a system. Emotions are a system, and they arise from the harmonious union of patterns. Me. So, if I'm not mistaken, according to what we talked about yesterday, a law is a choice that, when repeated over and over again, becomes a pattern because it gives the individual security that it is repeated to the point of not even having to think about it. It passes into the subconscious and becomes a mechanical reaction. Thus, the union of many laws together is called constitution, and that is to say, that following this parallelism, many patterns together make up a system. I am, because a system is a constitution of different things, the assimilation and orderly unit of different aspects. Me, I understand, so the systems are very useful. I am, well, or rather, nothing would exist if it weren't for a system. The systems is not a tool, it is a way of ordering the tools. The system is like the method of locating the books in the library or ordering the tools in a workshop. A system gives order to the mind, soul, and body. The routine is a system that gives security to the body. The systems become repetitive the more security the individual needs to live. Me. And why do people hate systems so much? I am, because like laws, we see them as a trap. A system is like a cage. Imagine that inside the cage there is a canary that was born in captivity, and you say, I'm going to release it, and you open up the cage and you let it fly out. How long will it live? Me. Well, if it didn't hit the first pane of a window when it left, it'll probably live a week or so at the most. I am. Why? Me. Because it doesn't know what it's like to be free. It was born in a cage. It doesn't know how to defend itself. It doesn't know how to get food. It doesn't know how to take care of the cold. It doesn't know its natural enemies. And even though there is data in its genetic information, that said information is very far away since its ancestors were also born in cages. I am. And here you have 3 options then. Open his cage and let him feel the freedom for a few hours. Or he will fly through a window and die in a week of hunger and cold. Or you can teach him little by little what it is to be free, making it feel that the cage is its home. Or you could leave it whenever you want in a small space where you can put camouflage food for it to find, giving it an experience and awaking its inner wisdom in the exercise. You can lock him up and make him believe that everything that happens outside could kill him and scare him, and thus he will never leave the cage. Is the cage the problem? Me. No, the cage is a system, but not who feeds this system. I am. So we go back to blaming food for being fat. A system is configured by a huge number of laws, which are joint elections. The systems are not to blame for existing. In fact, no system is really bad. The great and the only conflict is the way that you use the system. And normally it is used from the distortion. Me. This reminds me of the Matrix. I am. The Matrix is the name that incorporates all possible systems, but the Matrix is not here to control you. Remember what really control you? Me, the lack of one's own power. I am, and how do you lose this power? Me, eliminating the will, that is, by my ability to respond, known as responsibility. I am, and why have you eliminated the will? Me, because I can't find balance in my energy, in my love. I am, and why don't you know how to love? Me, because I live from the impulse of unconsciousness, and the way to love in balance is from consciousness, wisdom. I am. So by losing your ability to discern, you have lost control of your emotions, which has led to a lack of energy that prevents you from responding to the world, and you prefer to adhere to a system to feel safe since it gives you order in the midst of your own chaos. Me, wow. I am. And on top of that, you criticize him. Me, I understand. I am. It is your choices that have shaped the system in which you live, and you will never be able to eliminate the system you complain about if you do not transform the choices you make in your life. Me, it is like criticizing right-wing liberal capitalism from a Facebook account using an iPhone. I am, that's right. Criticizing outdated systems is like judging a dog for not knowing how to speak. If what you are looking for is to talk, interact with other humans. Me, or get a parrot. I am. Well, this would be a direct reflection and without real evolution, since it will only repeat without its own awareness. Me, like some people. I am systematic. Me. So, it's clear to me that a system is just a method of ordering things that are separated in a harmonious way, useful for quickly resolving issues at a general level. But if what I'm looking for is to change the system, I must transform the bases that support it, which are precisely those parts that it orders, and all of them have to do with our elections. In other words, the most important thing is to learn to choose better. I am, and you can only choose better from the action of coherence, not from reactionary incoherence. Me, more evolution, less revolution. I am. Well, we are all a system, and in our evolution, we generate new ones. Me. I am a system because I am willing to unify from consciousness everything that was chaotic in me before. I am. I am the axis on which the system is sustained. Me, the coherence of my own being.